Trap, big win tonight. You beat a ranked team, proving that this team is for real. Second straight win over a winning team. Talk about the importance of the win and really the emotion of it as well.
Yeah, that's a fun one. We came out and didn't play great the first half. Credit Northern, limit us to 21% shooting, I believe. And just felt like we were holding on. Sam connects. We were hoping to be able to go inside a little bit, and Sam got early 2 fouls, and we kept thinking about maybe putting Sam back in. But again, we just hung around enough, and then to turn around in the second half and probably make 12 or 13, whatever. I'm not even sure how many threes that we made. We ended up 14 threes for the game, and that was the difference. Let's be honest, we didn't do much different the second half than we did the first half, but the ball went in a little bit more for us. And again, when you talk threes versus 2, I think we held them to three-point shots, and we hit 14, and that was probably the difference. Really proud of Marie Malloy, who quite honestly is not usually a great 3-point shooter, and just stuck with it, made 5 out of 8, I believe. And then Allison Klostagard, who's not a great 3-point shooter, hits a huge 3 with about a minute and a half to play to kind of give us a little bit of breathing room. So, yeah, it's a big win. When you play the 4th-ranked team in the country, and get a nice one on the floor. I know our kids were excited, and I thought they really earned it and deserved it.
Well, big crowd here today, but you talk about and that was key. I mean, a lot of Cougar fans came out to come out and support USF, and they did well. But you talk about big shots. Not only did Allison hit that big one, but later with 1:18 to go, J.C. Ulmer showed some senior leadership with a big 3. She didn't have a particularly great day, but she stepped up when needed. But that's the team, right?
Yeah, the funny thing is some of the threes that we hit at the end were probably the worst threes. As a head coach, you're like, probably not the shot. But I think when we just play loose and our kids aren't thinking, we get too much structure. Kind of what we did, we called some plays, and I probably slowed it down too much in Northern switches, and we were forced into a lot of late shot clock, bad possession. So we just said, hey, we're going to win this being ourselves. And Jace has been great. Hit a big shot. Al, like I said, I'm still shocked that she shot it. And then all of a sudden you just always hope if a kid's got confidence and she gets her feet set, just super proud of the effort. Northern's a great team. We knew that we had to compete on the glass, and we still didn't do a great job. It goes to show, and I think they were only sending 2 to the glass because I think, they know, I kind of talked early, is opposites attract. They want to slow it down, and every single time we get it, we just want to push. So it looked like they were sending 3 people back a lot of times to be able to try to slow our transition down, and they still got us on the glass, I think, by 10 or more. So again, give credit to those guys. We don't make a bunch of shots in the second half. We probably get beat by 10, 15 points. But the reality is we did make it, and that's part of the game, and just super proud of the confidence that the kids had.
Well, you talk about, I thought not only were you shooting the shots in the second half, you came out and you used the 3-ball to an advantage, but I thought one of the keys to the game tonight, Trap, was your ability to defend. I mean, you guys forced them to make 2 or 3 shots. Stotesbury was good tonight, but you really held Krogman in check, and defensively you fought. I mean, to stay within 10 boards with a smaller team.
And I agree with that, where I thought Stotesbury had a great game, and we're giving up a lot of size. I mean, about a foot, on that matchup. And, but the reality is I give our kids credit. She didn't hurt us on the block. I say it in a nice way. She's more of a finesse player. Varsh did a great job sitting on her, and not allowing her to be able to score. And a lot of her shots that she hit were flare type screens, her shooting 15, 17 footers. So we'll live with that. But again, yeah, we defended really well, and it's just a team that Northern doesn't shoot the 3 particularly well, or they can, but you look at stats, it's not something as their strength. And we talked about you're going to pressure the basketball when you're guarding it, and everybody else get a foot in the paint. And if they beat us with jump shots, we were going to be fine with that. We just didn't want them to be able to get into the paint, and have what we always say, the big 3, Krogman, Muchler, and Stotz, just go off from 3-4 feet. And I just thought our kids understood what we did. And the nice thing is we probably went over Northern for 5 minutes. They run a million set plays. We didn't show one. And we just said, hey, this is what our philosophy is going to be. And we had to make some adjustments because I think Kurt Fredericks is one of the best coaches in the country. Again, the way we finish games, I think we got up 9 points with a minute to play. Until that buzzer rings, I'm never just comfortable yet until we prove that we can finish games better. But great win for the team. Guess what? And it doesn't get any easier. We got to go to Mankato and to Concordia here this next weekend. And quite honestly, 2 teams that we haven't competed with, since we've been in the Northern Sun. So, it's a new year for us. We're playing pretty darn good basketball, and it's a whole lot easier prepping the week, coming off a win than a loss.
Finally, you had 8 wins a year ago. You have 9 this season now, and you have more to come with your team moving forward. The momentum of this weekend, really 3 wins in a row, really will help you go into those tough places to play in Mankato and St. Paul.
Yeah, and the reality is this league's good enough that, I think we got 10 games to play. We might lose all 10. If you're not focused, so it's sure nice to say we're at the total or one more than a year ago. But we don't stay focused. There's not a game that we can't win. But you've also seen us play against Wayne and Winona, and we can also prove there's not a game that that we could lose every single time. So, and I just like to keep it real. Where when we play fast and we're able to rebound, we're pretty tough. When we kind of play slower, methodical, and we kind of get tired and we don't rebound well, then we're just okay. So, we're going to learn a lot by the films that we had watching these here on Monday. And then from there, kind of we'll see where we go. But we're going to kind of take that approach that, I feel like, honestly, that we're the underdog. A lot of times, in terms of, having the record that we do, not a lot of people still talk about USF women's basketball, and that's fine with me. That's completely fine. Let us be the underdog, and we'll just keep that, that kind of mantra, whatever I'm trying to say is, throughout the year. Maybe we start winning, 6, 7 more in a row. Then we'll be that team that everybody puts an X on the back. But for right now, we'll play the underdog role, and we'll see where it goes.
Congratulations, Trap.
Thanks.
Marie had a great game helping the Cougars beat a number 4 ranked team. It's your first win over a ranked team since Wayne State at the tournament last year. Talk about the value of this win to your team.
I don't think we were getting the respect that we were wanting, and now I think this will help us do that a lot better. So it's exciting.
You really rebounded well, from Wayne State and some of those rough moments of the season, but now you're 9-3 as a team. But you guys played tough defense and shot the ball well. What was the key?
Rebounding was definitely the key. Once we get rebounds, we can push the ball, and our best offense is transition. And today we were knocking down our threes, thank goodness, and I think that really kept us in the game.
A little bit this year, been a little hesitant to shoot the threes, but lately you've been starting to crank it up and knock some down. Talk about 5 threes today. The team had 14. What does it feel like to get in a rhythm like that?
It was very exciting. Northern just kind of left me wide open tonight, and I knew they did that to me last year too, so I knew I was going to have to knock some down, and thank goodness they were falling. And the rest of the team too did great at hitting threes. JC Almer had a big one, and so did Allison Clustergaard, so it was exciting.
Yeah, it was all over the place. We're getting threes. We didn't score a lot of baskets inside, but now getting this win, moving forward, does it give your team some momentum?
Yeah, I think our confidence is definitely going to be high after this win, and that's exciting. So hopefully we can keep rolling and getting more wins.
Thanks, Marie.
Thank you.